Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Imagine the serenity of a calm sea, the tranquility of a quiet forest. This is the power of stillness. In the philosophy of Stoicism, stillness is not just the absence of noise or motion. It's a state of inner peace, a silence within us that allows us to control our thoughts and emotions. In the bustling world of today, it's easy to lose ourselves in the chaos. We're constantly bombarded with information, distractions, demands. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, but when we embrace the power of stillness, we create a space where we can breathe, think, and regain control. Stillness is like a fortress for the mind. It shields us from the turmoil outside, allowing us to respond rather than react. It's a sanctuary where we can reflect, introspect, and find clarity. It's a place where we can confront our fears, desires, and doubts without judgment or bias. By practicing stillness, we cultivate an inner tranquility that permeates through our thoughts, our words, our actions. We learn to navigate life's storms with grace and composure. We learn to accept what we cannot change and to change what we can. We learn to discern the essential from the trivial, the enduring from the ephemeral. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, believed that the power to control our mind, our thoughts, our emotions lies within us. It's a power that we can harness through stillness. It's a power that can guide us through the uncertainties of life, that can give us the strength to face adversity, the wisdom to appreciate joy. So how do we embrace stillness? Start by creating a quiet space for yourself, free from distractions. Spend a few moments each day in silence, focusing on your breath, your thoughts, your feelings. Observe them without judgment. Let them pass without attachment. With practice, you will find that stillness is not just a state of mind, but a way of life. Embrace stillness and unlock the power within you. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a like and make sure to watch till the end for a complete understanding of Stoic philosophy. Moving on to the second lesson, Marcus Aurelius urges us to question our assumptions. Assumptions. They're the silent dictators of our thoughts, often guiding our actions and decisions without us even realizing it. But what if we were challenged them? What if we dared to question the unspoken beliefs that underpin our understanding of the world? Stoicism, a philosophy that Marcus Aurelius championed, places a heavy emphasis on the practice of critical thinking. It encourages us to not just passively accept the information we're presented with, but to actively scrutinize it, to dig deeper, and to ask probing questions. Why is this so important? Well, assumptions, by their very nature, are untested. They're often based on our past experiences, cultural norms, or societal expectations, rather than on concrete evidence or logical reasoning. This can lead to a skewed perception of reality, one that's biased by our own preconceived notions and prejudices. When we question our assumptions, we're essentially questioning the lens through which we view the world. We're challenging the status quo of our minds. And in doing so, we open ourselves up to a clearer, more objective understanding of reality. We allow ourselves to see as they are, not as we assume them to be. This doesn't mean that we should doubt everything or become cynical. Instead, it's about adopting a mindset of intellectual humility, recognizing that we don't have all the answers and that our understanding of the world is constantly evolving. So the next time you find yourself making an assumption, take a step back. Ask yourself, is this assumption based on evidence, or is it merely a product of my own biases? What other possibilities exist that I might not have considered? By doing so, you're not only practicing an essential Stoic lesson, but also cultivating a habit that can lead to clearer thinking and better decision-making. Question your assumptions, and you question the world. Our third lesson from Marcus Aurelius is to focus on what you can control. A powerful yet simple insight that has the potential to completely transform our lives. The essence of this Stoic principle is acceptance. Acceptance of the things we cannot change, and the conscious decision to direct our energy towards the things we can. Imagine life as a ship sailing on the vast ocean. There are numerous elements that the sailor, despite all his skills and experience, cannot control. He cannot command the winds, nor can he control the currents. Yet, he can set the sails, adjust the rudder, and navigate the ship to his destination. The sailor's focus is always on what he can control, and he accepts what he cannot. In much the same way, we too, in our lives, face situations that are beyond our control. We cannot change the weather, we cannot alter the past, and we cannot predict the future. We can, however, control our actions, our reactions, and our attitudes. We can choose to respond rather than react. We can decide to act rather than procrastinate. And we can opt to remain positive rather than succumb to negativity. By focusing on what we can control, we free ourselves from unnecessary stress and anxiety. We become more resilient, more adaptable, and more capable of handling life's challenges. We become like the sailor, navigating through the storms with confidence and determination, knowing that we are doing our best with what is within our power. But remember, this mindset is not about resignation or defeat. It is about empowerment. It is about recognizing our potential and exerting our influence where it matters most. It is about taking responsibility for our lives and steering our ship in the direction we want to go. So, the next time you find yourself fretting over something you cannot change, take a moment to pause. Ask yourself, is this within my control? If it's not, accept it, let it go. If it is, then take action. Focus on the controllable and let go of the uncontrollable. Embrace this lesson and you will find yourself living a life of greater peace, purpose, and fulfillment. The fourth lesson from Marcus Aurelius is to seek simplicity. In the grand tapestry of life, it's all too easy to become tangled in complexity. We often find ourselves drawn into a maze of intricacies and details, losing sight of the bigger picture. But Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, reminds us of the inherent value of simplicity. Simplicity is not about naivety or ignorance. It's about cutting through the noise, peeling back the layers of unnecessary complexity that we often wrap ourselves in. It's about finding the core, the essence, the fundamental truth at the heart of everything. Marcus Aurelius believed in the power of simplicity. He saw it as a pathway to peace and clarity. When we simplify our thoughts, we make room for understanding. When we simplify our actions, we make room for intentionality. And when we simplify our lives, we make room for what truly matters. But beware, the pursuit of simplicity is not always a simple task. It requires discernment, the ability to distinguish between what is essential and what is not. It involves making tough decisions, letting go of the superfluous, and focusing on the essential. Yet, the rewards of this pursuit are immense. Simplicity brings a sense of calm and order amidst the chaos of life. It helps us to see clearly, to think clearly, and to act with purpose. It allows us to cut through the distractions and focus on what truly matters. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Seeking simplicity is about finding this very little, this essential core within ourselves and our lives. It's about stripping away the unnecessary and focusing on the essential. So let's take a leaf out of Marcus Aurelius's book and strive to simplify. Let's cut through the noise and find our core. Let's seek simplicity in our thoughts, our actions, and our lives. Because in simplicity, we find clarity. In simplicity, we find peace. And in simplicity, we find meaning. Seek simplicity and you will find clarity. Moving on to the fifth lesson, Marcus Aurelius encourages us to cultivate a growth mindset. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, a growth mindset isn't just a tool, it's a cornerstone. A Stoic sees the world not as a static entity, but as a dynamic and ever-changing landscape, ripe with opportunities to learn, grow, and adapt. This perspective fosters resilience, a trait that is not simply about bouncing back, but also about moving forward, stronger and more prepared than before. Think of a tree weathering the harshest of storms. Does it break? No, it bends, it sways, it adapts, and in the process, it grows stronger. That is the essence of resilience and the heart of a growth mindset. In the same vein, a growth mindset embraces adaptability. It's about understanding that change is not the enemy, but an ally. Change is the engine of progress, the catalyst for improvement. By being adaptable, we become versatile, flexible, and open to new ways of thinking. We become better equipped to face the inevitable challenges life throws at us. But cultivating a growth mindset isn't just about resilience and adaptability. It's also about continual learning. Marcus Aurelius, in his timeless wisdom, once said, "The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane." This is a call to continuous self-improvement, to never stop learning, to never stop growing. And isn't that what Stoicism is all about? It's about personal growth, about becoming the best version of ourselves. It's about realizing that we are, and will always be, works in progress. We are never finished, never complete, and that's a good thing. It means there's always room to grow, to improve, to become better. Cultivate a growth mindset, and you cultivate endless possibilities. Our final lesson from Marcus Aurelius is to practice active listening. Active listening is more than just hearing. It is a profound act of engagement, a practice that requires presence, patience, and openness. The Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, considered it an essential tool for understanding and empathy. In the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, it's easy to become preoccupied with our own thoughts and concerns, but effective communication and genuine understanding demand more. They demand active listening. This involves not just hearing the words that are spoken, but also interpreting the tone, observing the body language, and sensing the emotions behind those words. Active listening is not a passive act. It is a conscious effort to truly grasp the essence of what is being communicated. It's about being fully present in the moment, setting aside our judgments, and opening our minds to the perspectives of others. This is how we foster deeper connections, build stronger relationships, and cultivate empathy. The Stoics believed in the power of active listening to encourage thoughtful and considered responses. By truly listening, we are better equipped to respond in a manner that is thoughtful and considerate. We can avoid hasty reactions and instead respond with wisdom and composure. Marcus Aurelius himself was known for his patience and his ability to listen attentively. He understood that every person he interacted with had something valuable to contribute, something he could learn from. He saw each conversation as an opportunity to gain knowledge and insight. So, let's take a leaf out of Marcus Aurelius's book. Let's strive to be more present in our conversations, to listen more attentively, and to respond more thoughtfully. Let's practice active listening, not just for the benefit of others, but for our own growth and understanding as well. Practice active listening, and you practice understanding. As we conclude our journey through the 6 lessons of Stoic philosophy by Marcus Aurelius, let's reflect on the key points. We began by embracing the power of stillness, understanding that tranquility isn't a destination, but a state of mind. It's in those moments of quiet reflection that we can truly hear our own thoughts and gain clarity. Next, we questioned our assumptions, realizing that our perceptions often cloud our judgment. The Stoic lesson here is to challenge these assumptions, to seek truth over comfort, and to foster an open mind. Focusing on what we can control was our third lesson. In a world filled with uncertainty, it's a relief to acknowledge that we can only control our own actions and reactions. This is where our true power lies, not in the external, but within us. Our fourth lesson was to seek simplicity. In an increasingly complex world, simplifying our lives and thoughts can lead to a sense of peace and clarity. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that simplicity is not a reduction, but a refinement. Cultivating a growth mindset was the fifth lesson. This Stoic lesson encourages us to see challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles. It's about embracing change, seeking continuous improvement, and learning from every experience. Finally, we explored the importance of practicing active listening. To truly listen is to understand, to connect, and to empathize. It's a skill that requires patience and practice, but the rewards are profound. These are the lessons from Stoicism that Marcus Aurelius has left us. They are not just philosophical concepts to be pondered, but practical tools to be applied in our daily lives. They are the art of thinking clearly. As we conclude this video, I encourage you to reflect on these lessons, apply them in your daily life, and share them with others. If you found value in this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in learning more about Stoicism and other philosophical topics, hit the subscribe button and join us in this journey of exploration and self-improvement. Remember, the art of thinking clearly begins with you. Embrace these lessons and embark on your own Stoic journey.